This week's rotation focuses on 7 inexpensive, budget-friendly fragrances, both old and new, that I'm really enjoying right now. But before we get into that, please, if you like what you see today, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and it really helps the channel grow. I truly appreciate it. But without further ado, let's jump right into the list, starting with Sunday. This is an old one. I said old and new in the intro. This one is a classic, well-known cheapie, and still available today. Scent we are talking about is Mont Blanc Individual. And look, my tastes for fragrances have sort of changed over time. Cheapies are getting better, higher quality. They're figuring out ways, okay, in there, yeah, this is really good. They're figuring out ways to get closer to higher end scents for a fraction of the costs, and it's working. I mean, it's hard to justify these days spending $200-300 on a fragrance, but there's something magical about this scent. It doesn't smell expensive. It actually smells pretty synthetic. But for me, it's a little bit nostalgic because it reminds me of Youth Baume, which is a scent that I grew up wearing when I was younger. It was one of the more popular fragrances. My mom, she was a younger mother, and she bought me my first couple of fragrances, and that was one of them. And I was wearing it, and I loved it. When I first got my nose on this, it kind of reminded me of that scent. Very fruity, raspberry, kind of fuzzy in a way. When I say synthetic, it has that sort of drier sheet feel to it. So like, you know, it has this staticky feel to it. And that's what I love about it. I think it's super versatile. Now, my wife, on the other hand, she does not like this. She thinks it smells cheap. She thinks it smells like a fragrance, as she says, that you would buy at CVS. But for me personally, I like this one still. It's versatile. It gets me compliments when I wear it. I do lean more towards wearing this in the cooler months. But yeah, as long as I have this one around, all is right in the world. Mont Blanc Individual. This next one is a recent rack store pickup. The scent we are talking about is Island Vanilla Dunes from Codlage. And I did a first impressions video of this. I'll link that down below for you guys. I like this one. You know, it is vanilla heavy, nice atomizer, nice heavy cap and presentation. I do like that about it. It is obviously vanilla heavy. It leans more towards the candle vanilla than, say, like a bourbon vanilla or a more natural smelling vanilla bean. So you have to really like sweet fragrances, and you also have to like slightly synthetic fragrances. But this is Parfums de Marly's Altair. This is an alternative to that scent, which is a very expensive niche fragrance. So I think if you like vanilla fragrances, you're really going to like this one. Very creamy, rich, does have a little ribbon of freshness going through it. I can see this being worn in the cooler months, both casually and dressed up. I think it also has a little refinement to it that just works. You can find this for a really good price. I'm going to link this with all the other fragrances on this list in the description down below. And on top of it, really good performer. I mean, outstanding. Lasted all day on me. So you can get a full work day out of this. Island Vanilla Dunes from Codlage. Speaking of fragrances that my mother got me, this is one that she recently got me. Well, maybe about a year ago. Scent we are talking about is Sarah Jessica Parker's Stash. And for a long time, this fragrance was really kind of had a lot of hype behind it for being a really popular, inexpensive, cheap fragrance. And I want to say that this is marketed as a unisex fragrance. For me, it leans really masculine with notes like black pepper, sage, pistachio, olibanum, with this kind of nice resinous feel to it. This comes across as really masculine, but also more of a soft projector. It's not a beast mode projector. I think it just has a lot of classiness to it. One that I would easily wear dressed up, out, maybe going out in the city during the summer, like a night out, summer night out. It's also going to work in the fall and cooler months as well. But if you want to sort of get noticed and wear something a little more resinous while still having a light wear, this one is perfect. Has just the right amount of sweetness and uniqueness to set you apart from everyone else, and it's cheap. Sarah Jessica Parker, Stash. This next one, I have to thank one of my subscribers for sending me. And Michael, shout out to Michael. He knows who he is. This is an incredible fragrance. Absolutely love it. When I'm done with this bottle, I will be buying another one. Same way you're talking about is Issey Miyake Fusion Dissy Extreme. And if you like coconut, if you like sort of summery freshies, it doesn't get much better than this, in my opinion. Just a beautiful, beautiful scent. And this, for me, it kind of checks every single box. I would gladly wear this to the beach. I would gladly wear this to work. I would gladly wear this to a party, dressed up casually. So it has a ton of versatility to it. I think it's going to depend on the person and the personality. Some people might see this as like just an ideal kind of out of the shower, run to the store type of fragrance. And then other people are going to be like, I would wear this to my wedding. I mean, it's that good and it's that versatile. You have coconut, which is really nice. It's not overly done. It's not synthetic. You have solar notes adding a really nice sunny vibe to it. It just, this stuff, guys, I can't say enough about it. The fact that it is as inexpensive as you can find it, I mean, we're winning. Fusion Dissy Extreme. This next scent really, really surprised me. New addition to the collection. Scent we are talking about is Wadi from Maison Azra. And this is Paradise Garden. It's a dupe of Paradise Garden from JPG. I haven't smelled that fragrance, so I can't compare the two. But I do know one thing. I do know that this stuff is amazing. Very fruity, pineapple, coconut, all of the tropical fruits that you can imagine with that powdery undertone. I wore this to meet a friend. We had like a couple appetizers, a couple drinks at the bar, and there just happened to be like two women sitting a couple bar stools down from us. And when they got up to leave, one of them came over and said, "You smell amazing. I smelled you as soon as you walked in." And I was like kind of taken aback for a second. And I said, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate that." Little does she know, I have a channel talking about fragrances. And I told her what it was. So yeah, it's just this stuff, guys. I mean, this is a good example of what I was saying before about how good these cheap fragrances are getting. It's just mind blowing. So really high quality, long lasting. I mean, this thing days later is still smelling on my clothes that I haven't washed yet. They're in my laundry bag. I'll get to it. Still blasting from that bag. I mean, this stuff, absolutely amazing. This is going to get a ton of wear from me. I'm already a huge fan of the Les Beaux DNA, so it has hits of that. Paradise Garden, I'm sure. Again, I haven't smelled that scent, but it does remind me of that family of fragrances. This one is an absolute winner. Wadi from Maison Azra. This next one for me is probably the best all-arounder signature fragrance on this list for any guy. Same way you're talking about is Ralph's Club Parfum. And I'm a fan. I love the Elixir. They're two different fragrances, though. I don't get much of this or the Eau de Parfum in the Elixir. I like this more than the Eau de Parfum, although that is a really nice fragrance as well. But this is just one of those scents. Apple, very aromatic, sage. You have spices. It's really clean smelling, gentlemanly. Just a guy that is clean cut, has his crap together, but it's not overly done. It's really easy going. You could wear this casually. You could wear this dressed up. If there's only one fragrance that you have in your collection, this could be it. I really like the dry down of this. You have vetiver, cashmere, patchouli. It's masculine. It's modern man for me. Just the modern guy. This is going to be kind of timeless, in my opinion. I think this is going to be a scent like much later. People start to appreciate more. I just love it. And for what you're paying, I mean, that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about inexpensive fragrances that smell fantastic. You can pay under $40 for the 50 ml. So that's hard to beat. Ralph's Club Parfum. Finally, on Saturday, I was testing this newer fragrance all day, and I felt compelled to do a short on it because I loved it so much. The scent we're talking about is Mango Ice from Gulf Orchid. And when I did a first impressions of this unboxing, a lot of you guys busted my chops about calling it Orchid. And like I explained to them in those comments, There's something about when I was looking at this bottle, the color of the bottle, mango, the word orchid looked like orchard to me. I don't know. I was thinking like a mango orchard. Nonetheless, this stuff, wow. Another dupe. These are hard to ignore at some point because, look, I've never smelled God of Fire. I'm sure it's a fantastic scent. It's really hyped. It's very expensive. This is a dupe of that. So I'm not comparing it as a dupe. I'm just talking about this as a standalone scent. Really amazing mango note, ginger. That mango note here, it doesn't smell synthetic to me. It smells really natural. It shouldn't be overly sweet. This is not that. I love the musk here. This is somewhat of a linear fragrance. It doesn't change very much, but that's actually a good thing because all the things I love in the opening stick around for the life of the fragrance, which makes that kind of unique for this type of scent. The other thing I have to point out is how long lasting this is. As it got closer to the dry down, it smelled just kind of like a really clean soap. So you definitely get the soapy vibe. If you don't like soapy fragrances, which I know some people don't, maybe this won't be your favorite, but for me, I loved it. I loved that musky, clean dry down, that soapy dry down. It just works. It was comforting, relaxing. There was something about it that stood out. And I was like, I got to talk about this thing because it smells incredible. And the bonus, $29 or $30 right now. So yeah, again, I'll link this down below. Absolute steal. Amazing scent. Gulf Orchids Mango Ice. That's it, guys. All 7 fragrances that I wore every single day last week. As always, would love to know what you guys are wearing. Drop your weekly rotation, whether it was 1 or 10, in the comment section down below. Also, I just quietly launched channel membership. So if you want to support the channel, get early access to videos, exclusive content, be sure to hit that join button down below. But if you like what you saw today, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.